everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Tuesday 1st of October. You probably guessed it, I'm fishing at Abbotsbury on the Chesil Beach. It's essentially low water, 12:30. We've got a 7:15 high tide tonight, and we've got about 2.5 meters of tidal change, so it's a reasonable tide. And it's the day after a very large southwesterly gale blew in down here. 3 to 4 foot swell, 3 to 4 meter swell. It's about 1 meter at the moment. Its wind is more sort of norwesterly, northerly, so it's a bit of a side wind really here. And flattened off. And like many people, have come down in the hope of a cod. Quite very busy in the car park, pretty packed, loads of anglers. You're probably not going to be able to see them. But I've walked a good way up towards Dragon's Teeth and well past the Dragon's Teeth just to be out of the way of people. Baits today, you've got ragworm and frozen black lug and squid from Abbotsbury Angling in Abbotsbury. So thank you Aaron there for letting me have some worm this morning. And I've got some frozen mackerel. And rigs, pretty much pulley rigs. And I've also got 2 hooked clip rigs, which I'll show, and from about a size 1 to a size 10 Aberdeen style hook. So first cast, bringing it in. Target species acquired, tiny cod, probably about 3/4 pound, not big enough to keep. That was on the black lug. And on the bottom hook on the ragworm had a tiny pouting. So that's not a bad start. Fingers crossed we can get a bigger cod. So that was a nice start to the session. So in terms of rigs, I'm fishing 210 gram Gemini lead. I've got an imp, breakaway imp with a swivel. I got 80-pound rig body, and then I'm fishing. This is a 2-hook clip rig that I caught that double shot on. So I just have so there's the Cascade swivel trapped between a couple of beads, and I've got a rig spring there. I don't crimp, I use overhand knots. There's nobody around me, so I'm pretty confident it's 80-pound line. I don't whack it hard or anything, so I'm confident that those will hold okay. And then I got 30-pound amnesia rig body, trace link down to a size 1 hook here. I got a couple of sequins and a couple of stop beads there. That was the pouting, that's the one that had the pouting. And then further up we've got exactly the same. Obviously we've got the spring so that I can put some tension, and then the top hook is on a similar trace. And that was just quite a small bait really, only about maybe the size of my little finger. A black lug doubled over with a bit of squid, size 1 hook, and yeah, good start. There's obviously quite a swell here, so I just had the line was going sort of slack every now and then. I was just tightening up. I wasn't sure whether I was just breaking out, but obviously when I wound in I could feel that there was fish there. I'll show you that rig when it's all clipped up, ready for a cast. So in terms of baiting up, generally I got some frozen blacks, and when I'm fishing on a pulley rig, I'll just put them alongside a baiting needle. Get my elastic to work. Just don't you hate it when your elastic snaps like that? There we go. So I don't tend to have a big bait. I'm not using big hooks because they may be whiting around or something, so a little size one, Aberdeen hook, all I tend to use this sort of time of year. Might still be a bream about, although the rough weather might have knocked them around a bit last couple of days. Tiny bit of squid. Whip it up nice and tight, try and make sure that the hook point is showing. And there we are, that's all it is for me, really. A little bait sausage. About the size of it, well, a little bit smaller than my finger, little finger. And that's on a pulley. Whatever that is, 3 feet, 3.5 feet. And obviously got a pulley bead, and you know pulley rigs. I don't need to tell you about those. And it's got an imp at the bottom. So that's the other rig that I'm using today. Got a bite on the left-hand rod, second cast. That's got a 2-hook clip rig, mackerel, and rag and squid on the top hook, mackerel on the bottom. I think there's something there, I don't think that's the waves. As I was walking across, exactly at the Dragon's Teeth, there was a chap battling with a fish. Ended up it was a conger, probably maybe 2 or 3 pounds. But with the swell, he got it trapped, I think, stuck in the gutter a little bit. So you just got to be careful if you're new to Chesil. You'll see as the waves recede, there's a little bit of a drop off into the gutter there. Fish can sometimes get trapped down there, and you just got to be careful that you've got your drag set so that when the wave goes back and pulls the fish, it doesn't obviously pull the fish off the line. Anyway, let's get back to this one. That bite didn't really develop after the few knocks I had, so let's bring that rod in and have a look, shall we? Just trying my microphone setup, so hopefully it won't be too crackly. I don't think there's anything on. If there is, it's very small. So weather conditions, as you can see, is pretty overcast. It's only about 12, 13 degrees. Not meant to be any rain, but the sky is pretty threatening. As I thought, Baits have been chewed up, but no fish. Oh well, let's get another rig out. I'll just show you the 2-hook clip rig. I've got the double shot first cast. So you can see the length of the snoods there, hopefully. They're about 18 to 20 inches. So the bottom snood hook clips into the imp, and the top hook clips into the cascade swivel there. And you can see then, here's my weight. You've got it's not particularly streamlined because it's 2-hook clipped. It's not a loop rig or anything like that, where the two baits are very tight behind the weight. But anyway, let's get this one out there. You're very brave if you stand right close to the water's edge. I just gauge where the wet patch is and come back a few feet. Should be okay. And when you fish your Chesil, obviously always check the tide tables and see whether the morning tide is lower or higher than the evening tide, so it gives you a gauge of where to pitch up. So I'm up a couple of ledges. So I think high tide this morning was basically about here, where this flat bit is. And you can see this, actually you can see the weed, where the weed was being pushed up to. It's a little bit higher this evening, but the swell is less, so we should be okay where we are. So as I was talking about the high and low tide mark, my other rod with a pulley with a pennel had gone completely slack. Too much talking. As one commentator said to me, you're all talk, no action. Anyway, let's move that a bit and see if we can get a fish. Right, let's get this rod in that was went slack. So here's a pulley rig with black lug and squid, about a finger size bait again, 170 gram lead. Seems to be holding okay actually. Obviously tide has just turned, so not a lot of pull at the moment. Anyway, let's get that one out. So just one thing about getting to Abbotsbury at the moment, particularly if you're coming from the Portisham side. So if you come Weymouth, Portisham, Abbotsbury, then the road between Portisham and Abbotsbury is closed. So there are diversions in place. So just bear that in mind. My sat-nav, when I came down obviously, and I turn off at Grim's, what's it called, Grimstone, and I cut across country then, and then you come to the top of Portisham Hill and you go down into Portisham, and then normally I turn right to go to Abbotsbury at the bottom of Portisham, but the road is closed there for about 6 weeks, I think they were saying in the tackle shop. So just bear that in mind when you're coming across. I think if you come across the top before you go down Portsham Hill, there's a crossroads, and I think you can go right there and come into the back of Abbotsbury, but from memory, that's quite a windy, narrow, tracky road. Anyway, just a bit of a local info there for you. There you are, Chesil special, little pout. Let's put it back in. So I've got a bite on the left hand rod, just cast that one out after the pout in. It's got squid on it. A squid head on the bottom hook, ragworm on the top hook. Certainly plenty of bites so far. There's something there. Oh, it's still a bit tapping away. Nice double shot pouting, there's the bottom one. Taking on squid. I got a bucket there, I can put them in. And there's the top one. There you go. Reasonable pouting. That was taken on ragworm. Stick him in the bucket. Give him a chance to revive. So it might be a few pout caught today. Anyway, let's get another bait in the water. Well, I said it was a bigger fish. There we are. Little strap eel. Probably £1.5, 2. That's he took a squid head pretty much as soon as it hit the bottom. Let's get him unhooked and put back in. What are you looking at? There we are. It's bigger than the bootlace ones, but still good sport. There we go. Nice Chesil cod. Just as the rain comes in, I'm going to have to put my GoPro under cover. Just get it there a bit. So he was taking on black lug and squid. Result. bit worrying if it's a bit worrying if we're getting pouting during the day like this. Yeah, I think that's a pouting, not a porcod. There's one. Oh. Here's a better one. There's a nice pouting. So yeah, plenty of pouting and the species to keep us busy. Hopefully we can get another cod. That pouting I caught was quite deep hooked, unfortunately. I couldn't get the hook out, so because he was quite a good size, I'll take him home and eat him. So you can hopefully see a seagull. I was just walking towards the head, I've just chucked over there. I just cut the head off so I could get the hook back without damaging the trace reel. And he's having they're very wary today for some reason. There we go. He's got it. I took the head off the cod as well, just so I could get it into the cool box. And we had a bit more of a problem getting that down in. I suppose it's always going to be, you know, I'm hoping for a bream or a gurnard, but it's probably too rough, and the storms will probably put pay to them for a bit. So fishing a fish bait, probably just going to pick up doggies. Or pouting, but anyway, it's a fish, let's put him back in. Just had a very nice slack bite. I'm not sure, it feels a good fish. I did lose one earlier on, I'm not sure whether I was recording or not. On the other rod, on a pulley, on a pulley rig. This is just the 2-hook rig. I've got a piece of squid on the bottom hook, and I think ragworm and squid on the top hook. It certainly feels a decent fish. It might just be a doggy spinning a bit, or a conger, or nothing actually. Well, that counted a bit. Well, that was really weird. That felt something really big. And yet it looks like the pouting. Well, no. Well, that pouting was on the trace. I can't find the other hook. I think I was bitten off by something, so whatever was there and it's very, very twisted, so I'm thinking, you can see there, probably a conger or something has bitten off the lower hook. Oh well, another pouting. Let's put him back in. That's gone a little bit quiet. So the catch for breath. Anyway, here's a black lug and squid pulley. Let's get it out there. At least 200 yards, that one. Well, it's been pretty quiet for an hour or so. And there we go. Another Chesil codling. I'll just measure him quickly. He's about 40 centimetres. I'm just looking at my chart. The cod need to be 35. He's quite lively. I'm going to put him back in. He was only really lip hooked, so I'm just going to give him back in because he's quite small. Yeah, he swam off really well, so I didn't want to. I kept the other cod because he was quite deep hooked. Kept a pouting, the big pouting that was deep hooked, but that one was, yeah, I think legal limit cod according to my chart is 35, and he was about 40. So he was in size, but give him a chance to fight another day because he had plenty of life in him. Anyway, let's get another bait out. Well, the fishing had gone quite quiet, and I also had that cod just now. I just had another double shot. So the usual pout, and a little horrid little snotty conger that he looks like he might take the hook right down, unfortunately. Anyway, so it's another double shot, probably the 5th or 6th I've had today. Try it out, it's only 5:30. Well, it's an hour before high tide, so it's about 6:15 in the evening. Beautiful sunset. I've just done a couple of time lapse. So here's what's that? Black lug and squid, rag and squid, 2-hook trace. We'll been a bit quiet for the last 45 minutes or so. Anyway, let's get this out. A terrible cast, that one. Well, it's almost high tide now. About 15 minutes to go. The 2-hook cliff rig still performing. I had another dogfish while I was filming a slow-mo on the sunset. Anyway, let's see what we got here. A blooming foul hook dogfish. Ah, what a mess. There we are, pesky little thing hooked in the gill. So had quite a few doggies, loads of pouting today. 3 cod so far, 2 have gone back, kept 1, and a couple of small congers. So it's been a productive day so far. Let's put this little blighter back. So I just want to say thanks to everyone who's been watching the videos. I haven't been doing a lot in September. It's my first trip out since my last video at Chesil. So thanks to everyone who watches the videos. Really appreciate the support and the comments, and everybody who likes and subscribes. That helps, really helps the channel, so appreciate that. And yeah, now things are a little bit less hectic around the house and stuff. Hopefully might be able to get out a couple of times a month. I think this is my first trip in about 5 weeks, so fingers crossed might be able to get out again next week, now that the cod are here for a while anyway. And hopefully might be able to do some cod fishing in the Bristol Channel. Oh, something I meant to say earlier actually. If you're the chap that clocked me in Abbotsbury angling, recognised my face. It's always nice to be recognised, isn't it? I hope you had a good day on the beach, and you and your mate. So thanks for watching my videos, I didn't get your name, but it's always nice when someone recognises you and says they watch your channel. So I hope you had a good day, and well, if we bump into each other again, we'll have to have a fish. Cheers then. Well, it's about 50 minutes after high water, just gone 8 o'clock in the evening, fishing for 8 hours. In the dark, really, just had pouting and more dogfish. So had double figure pouting today, loads of doggies. Had 3 cod, which was nice, and a couple of small conger eels. So not a bad session, and hopefully might get a couple more fish. Going to fish till about 9 o'clock and then face the long walk back to the car park. If I catch anything, I'll just tag it on at the end. And just want to say again, yeah, thanks for watching Fishing AT, and hope you've enjoyed the video here at Chesil Beach, down well past the Dragon's Teeth. First time I've been up this far, so I don't normally like to walk too far, but I thought I'd give it a go today, and well, it's not too bad. I stopped a few times, got my breath back, carried on going. So you can get out of the way of the crowds. Whether the fishing is any better up here, I don't know, but I've had a good day. That's all that matters. Anyway, if you're out fishing, good luck. Tight lines. If you're coming down to Chesil on the 2nd, Wednesday the 2nd of October, should be a good day, I think, because I think the forecast is still to remain calm. It should have just flattened off a little bit more. Should still be plenty of colour in the water. So if you're at Chesil on Wednesday the 2nd of October, good luck, take care, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye now, bye.